Buckle up, girl. Buckle up.
For me, it's like we can't hold it in any longer.
Buckle up and bon voyage.
Oh my God, why would you tell?
You know what? Bring it on.
For the wildest, most out of control luxe trip of a lifetime.
Welcome to the White Lotus in Thailand, ka.
It's a dream vacation to die for.
Got a really bad feeling.
15 Emmy wins for this series can't be wrong. Reviving careers, launching fresh faces, and creating iconic pop culture moments that have the stars raving.
I love White Lotus, so there you go.
She said she loves White Lotus.
Mike White.
Plus, everything we know about the top secret Thailand finale.
I have to be hush-hush about it.
Mike is so good with red herrings.
You just want them to love it as much as season 1 and season 2.
That's the secret.
There are 3 seasons in Thailand. Hot, hotter, and hottest.
Yet another wild ride at the White Lotus.
Bring for a dramatic ride.
This is the White Lotus All Access and Etalk Special.
Welcome to the White Lotus.
First came the Hawaii getaway in Maui.
The clientele here is mostly rich white people.
Drinking on the job.
Long day.
Then, La Dolce Vita in Sicily.
That's fun.
That's fun.
And today, a wellness retreat in Thailand.
This is my first acting debut. It was too good to be true.
It's also a singular experience that you will never have again. One writer, one director, far away.
That one writer and director, Emmy winner and School of Rock writer Mike White.
Maybe that would be fun to party at HBO.
Inspired by his decades in Hollywood and time as an Amazing Race contestant and Survivor runner-up,
You're losers. Like, I want to win Survivor.
Mike White crafts this murder mystery series set at a fictional chain of remote 5-star resorts. The White Lotus seasons all start the same way, with a sudden suspicious death.
You're gonna die. They're gonna have to drag you out of here.
Soon, we meet every possible suspect, a unique ecosystem of wealthy visitors, hangers-on, and high-end resort staff in this biting social satire. The connective thread through it all? Jennifer Coolidge's multi-millionaire heiress, Tanya McWad.
Do you have any Oreo cookie cake?
Yeah, we're in this very, very romantic part of the world, and Greg just seems sort of cranky and preoccupied.
After meeting her husband Greg at the White Lotus in Maui, he masterminds her demise in Italy.
These gays, they're trying to murder me.
These quotable moments lead to Jennifer's 2 Emmy wins, elevating the Legally Blonde scene stealer to bend and snap her way into Hollywood's MVP status.
Guess who I am? What? Peppa Pig. I'm Monica Vitti.
Jennifer is an icon. She's kind of everything that you want her to be. Jennifer Coolidge, an icon and a national treasure.
So well deserved. She's just, iconic.
In season 3 of The White Lotus, Jennifer unofficially passes her talent tiara to her regular Christopher Guest film collaborator, Parker Posey.
I saw Mike at Jennifer Coolidge's Halloween party. It was like he had one foot in the door and one foot out the door. He's like, hey. I was like, oh, hi. So he pulled out all punches, and it's magic. And I loved it. I loved it.
Parker channels her inner indie queen and type A wackiness to play the saucy North Carolina socialite and pharmaceuticals enthusiast, Victoria Ratliff.
Did you not get enough sleep? You should have taken Malarazepam. I slept like a corpse.
Victoria is desperately trying to unwind alongside her husband Tim, aka BAFTA nominee Jason Isaacs, who is facing looming financial ruin. Then there's her 3 children, the ultra-arrogant but insecure Saxon, Patrick Schwarzenegger, the spiritually curious Piper, Sarah Catherine Hook, and the not as naive as he looks Lachlan, Sam Nivola.
I am obsessed with this dysfunctional family. This family is hilarious and quirky and bizarre. They're all hiding secrets.
I'm not a mom, so it was really fun to play a mom.
Yeah.
Jason Isaacs is such a force.
Yeah.
We watch Southern Charm. We, we both love accents.
Yeah.
I'm from the South, so this was just such joy to play. Just this the family is so narcissistic and a kingdom in and of itself, right? She's nervous about, you know, the trauma, the Southern belle, who's like, can't take it, but then she's
but also wants to keep it together. Exactly.
You know, the still magnolia of it. So to play a woman like that was so fun.
Piper, no! Tsunami!
I've worked with people who have worked on previous seasons of White Lotus. So did you tap into any of them and ask some tips on working with Mike?
I tried, but Coolidge was like, you're gonna have a blast, you know? I love this genre, and I think the culture's really missed this kind of nighttime soapy, and this was really hardcore. You know, we moved around like 4 or 5 times, and it was almost 7 months of work, and it was really hot, so you get a little high, a little loopy. I felt like a long distance runner, you know?
Carrie and I shared a villa. Michelle and Parker were the next villa over for that first 6 weeks. You sort of are like thrust into it.
How did the team bond?
Oh my God. You know, we had the best cast party for the crew. Leslie put it together, and Michelle's husband DJ'd. You know, it's like 100 degrees at night, and there's a pool. And you're just like wearing ice on your body and dancing and we had a blast.
Each season takes us on a whole new adventure. How did filming for 7 months in Thailand change you as an actor?
It hit home for me. It touched a nerve.
Like Parker Posey and Jason Isaacs this season, and past Lotus VIPs like Steve Zahn, Jennifer Coolidge, and Aubrey Plaza. Veteran character actor Walton Goggins of Fallout, The Righteous Gemstones, and Justified fame also gets a professional boost from this challenging project.
Are we ever gonna have fun again?
Walton's drifter Rick is a lost soul seeking revenge. But if his younger flame Chelsea, Aimee Lou Wood, has her say, he'll find redemption instead.
This guy who has been running from his past, living on the fringes of society, someone that is this angry about the life that he's been handed. I too have been in those places over the course of my life.
Follow you into the next life and the next.
I love Chelsea's love for Rick. She's just like a puppy. What did you connect with their love story?
We as people overlook the gifts that are right in front of us. For Rick and for Chelsea, they are soulmates.
Yeah.
Numerically speaking, they are different, but they speak a language that has no words. And to get the opportunity to go through that experience with Aimee Lou is something that I'll never forget.
You had a really good run-in with a brown recluse spider in Fallout.
I did.
We got snakes in this season.
Yeah.
Any weird run-ins?
Bizarre run-in with a snake. I am in the pantheon of people that are fearful of snakes. The most terrifying thing in the physical, natural world for me. And I'm not alone, but I think mine is a little outsized. I didn't tell anyone here about this extreme fear or phobia until we kind of got there that day, and then they saw the look in my eyes.
They're stuck inside these cages.
My hands were shaking, like before action.
Yeah.
I had to touch these beautiful animals. I mean,
totally.
They're beautiful. And then I just spent 48 hours in a panic attack. It's triggering, man. It is a triggering thing. Thailand is a place that reveres snakes. It was as if he saw himself and his own life and how society views him. You know,
like
and I can't even really talk about it without crying, to be quite honest with you, because I know that feeling.
Yeah.
There is a deep spiritual connection between Rick Hatchett and these animals, and releasing these animals is tantamount to wanting someone to release him.
Wow. Thank you.
Deep.
Self-discovery is the ideal journey at the White Lotus, but the resort often devolves into a powder keg of chaos.
And plot twist, out of the blue, just...
Natasha Rothwell reprises her Emmy-nominated role as Season 1 Maui staff masseuse Belinda, a few years after Tanya crushed her dreams and chose love over investing in her spa.
About the business. I really need to think about it.
This time, Belinda's on a work exchange experiencing the resort as a guest and winds up playing detective when she spots Tanya's husband Greg on the run with a new identity and a new +1.
Hi. Do I know you? Craig, isn't it?
It's Carrie.
Huh. Holy
So, is he this season's murderer?
I need to deal with something, and I need your help.
You act as the link to navigate that mystery. Was it fun to explore?
Yeah, I think Mike is so good with red herrings and, you know, playing around with tension. Belinda's story has history. Audiences are going to be looking for connections as they watch. And it's really cool to have fun with the audience in that way.
When you had that dinner with Mike, and he brings up this huge surprise that he wants you back.
Yeah.
What did that conversation look like?
My response was say less. Like, when,
Sign me up.
Sign me up. I'm ready. But I'm also a writer, you know, and until you put pen to paper, you don't really know if something's going to manifest. He went off to write the scripts and circled back again and was just like, no, she's back.
Well, and she's such a fan favorite, too.
Yeah. I mean, look at this cast list. Like, people are at the top of their game. You can't ask for much more.
Meanwhile, Montreal's Charlotte Lebon acts as the series' first ever Quebecois guest as Greg, or Gary's, girlfriend Chloe.
I'm American, she's French, but we get along?
What are you talking about?
What?
I'm not French.
What do you mean?
I'm from Quebec. It's not the same thing. You know, I'm Canadian.
The fact that you get to represent Quebec at the White Lotus, like, this is a major moment.
I agree. Usually I get cast, when I work here in America, I get cast as a French girl. Right. And I'm like, well, I'm not. So maybe let's make her French Canadian. That would be interesting. And Mike is so open to all of our, you know, suggestions that he was like, sure, why? Yeah, fine. Let's make her French Canadian.
But Charlotte's not the only one representing.
I hope you enjoy Thailand.
We usually go to the Caribbean.
Thai dancing is really beautiful, like, and it's really hard to dance on it. But I was really happy to capture in this season because it's really represent Thailand.
There was this nighttime dance routine where Lisa is dancing and they have these costumes and they look like spirits that came out of the air.
Blackpink superstar and K-pop sensation Lisa goes beyond simply representing Thailand. After headlining Coachella, she's in her triple threat era, launching her acting career as Mook, the health mentor and performer, who has a friendly flirtation with Guy Talk, the security guard.
I'm so honored to, you know, it's like, this is my first acting debut. It's like a dream, you know, like, it's so good, too good to be true.
To see you shine.
No.
Lisa's shine continues as she dazzles with her hit single Born Again, which weaves into a promo for the season.
For the Born Again, with this White Lotus trailer, is really they match so well. Yeah. Like, I'm so excited.
I got goosebumps thinking about some of the scenes between the two of you. I love it.
พี่ก็จะไปจากสมุยอะสิ
ทำมุกมากับพี่ด้วย
We bonded over tequila and hip hop, which is so.
Why would you tell?
It was on the Thai magazine.
Secret that I love tequila.
We all love tequila. It's all good.
It's all good.
You were not alone in that. That's a good thing.
Okay.
You got loads of people to drink with now.
Okay, so wait. So yeah, what is our tequila order then?
It's always shots with
See, great tip.
With the orange slice.
Yeah.
Orange slice.
Yes, I don't do wine.
Go try that one. I will.
The ice was broken from that first cast dinner. We've had a lot of things in common. She's just such a fun person to be around. If you have any music on, she will dance. She helped me a lot with my the Thai grammar.
Yeah.
Because
Thai
pronunciation and it's sometimes I get the words mixed up.
What did you each find about yourselves in these characters?
For me, but what I found out by myself is that when Guy Talk is with Mook and he's supposed to be shy, I didn't have to act. It was kind of just came very natural. So I was like, it was kind of just me.
Would you consider yourself a shy person?
With girls, yes.
Yes.
I've actually always been like that.
What about you, Lisa?
She's ambitious and she loves to pushing people to being a better person. And I love pushing myself as well, and also my friends, like who's around me.
Yeah, her and Tayme, like, their storyline is exquisite, and they are incredible actors, and to see her versatility, you know, it shows that she's like a true artist. I mean, you have to understand, like, Lisa is Beyonce of Thailand.
Right.
So she's not just a local. Being one of the top selling artists in the world, you know, there's every possibility that she could show up on set and, you know, have a huge entourage.
Yeah.
But she was so regular. And it was so cool to see her just like, you know, eat with everyone and hang out.
She's so talented. I mean, I
that's
couldn't
rather
believe
irritating. She's actually a really good actress. She's cracking in the show.
There's so many musicians that like decide to start acting and then they suck.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
she's
so good.
unbelievably good.
Yes,
Like,
so good.
really,
She's
really
a natural. Like she is like a ready-made star.
She'll be acting more, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, absolutely, I know.
And we'll be bringing out pop albums as well.
We might be featured on the new album.
Mostly as
You heard it
dancers in
here
the videos.
first.
Yeah.
Etalk
To see.
exclusive.
I might rap over some songs.
I can picture it.
Oh, we wanted to see the White Lotus, but we weren't posh enough.
Okay. There's something in everyone you can find that's relatable in some ways, or also we know people that are like it.
Yeah.
Relatable for all the wrong reasons, and it feels so right. A swirling tornado of greed, ego, identity struggles, and desire.
You know, it's that classic, the grass is always greener. Love her so much.
I do too. I just worry about her.
We've been socialized as women to constantly judge ourselves and judge each other and these unrealistic expectations that we have.
She literally lives off male attention. It's pathetic.
That was really important and juicy and gooey to dive into creatively.
I've never had an experience where you're together with the cast for 6.5 months. I mean, it's
Right.
a very odd and it was very kind of like this meta experience of like you feel like you're actually at the White Lotus and you're filming the White Lotus and it's summer camp meets a work environment. Yeah, Lord of the Flies, as he likes to say. But I loved it. Everyone had breakfast together and you're with the cast and with the crew. It was just this amazing experience.
Also,
and,
friendships form and friendships break, and alliances form and cliques form, and so it's all the dynamics of summer camp.
However, there's one dynamic we did not see coming. Oscar winner Sam Rockwell's shocking mid-season surprise cameo as Rick's friend, Frank.
My beloved.
Your beloved. How did this come about?
We have no crossover. We were there for 6.5 months. Sam came and it only happened at the last minute. He was there for a week and a half or 2 weeks. And he was only in Bangkok. So every time he'd be like, oh man, this is hard. And I'd be like,
You did not.
Hi, you're at the Mandarin. Don't complain. You're in air conditioning.
And starring on The White Lotus only leads to more career-defining marquee opportunities, more awards attention, more tourism, more high-profile ad campaigns, and elite invites to fashion weeks in Milan, Paris, London, and New York. Just call this phenomenon the White Lotus effect.
It's my first Emmy nomination. I've been doing this 20 years.
5 other fellow castmates are nominated in the same category. Should we rename this category to the White Lotus category?
This night, honey, 20 noms in total. If one of us win, we all win, honestly.
The White Lotus was my first show here in America, so it is incredible to have a nominee.
It was wild, you know, it was all the colors of the rainbow.
The White Lotus, it was the perfect moment and hit the zeitgeist just right.
Mike's very mischievous. He's very observant about the, you know, like all aspects of human interaction.
Mike White really gave us all a chance to shine. I feel very lucky.
Canadians are lucky too. Happily checking in for an escape, it's Crave's #1 show, breaking streaming records.
It's so sacred, but I'm really excited as well because then I can talk about it and not have to hold all these spoilers.
And just like us, these celebs are ravenous for more of The White Lotus, a show that brings out the inner fangirl and vacation voyeur.
I am obsessed with it.
Yeah,
You hear it?
She said
Mike
she loves
White.
White Lotus.
Mike White.
Yeah, she'll do it.
Such a now in White Lotus. So call me. Don't be afraid to just call me.
I want to be murdered so badly on the White Lotus.
White
Lotus. Kill me, please kill me.
Jane, you have to show up in White Lotus 3. No, I have to.
Whatever do White Lotus. I don't think I've ever been asked. I'm a massive fan of Mike White. He's phenomenal.
The show gets the Saturday Night Live spoof treatment too.
No one saw a body wash up from the ocean?
Is the ocean the hotel? Because I work at the hotel.
Black Lotus coming to HBO and Stars.
Meanwhile, starring on season 2 as the sunny, nice guy Albie, Oakville, Ontario's Adam DeMarco sees his profile skyrocket.
They were like the best scripts I had ever read. I like binge read
the scripts, all 7, is like a new Harry Potter book. It's just like a no-brainer, yeah.
Since then, he's working with Dior and Topline's 2 upcoming series.
To do something that most people are watching and talking about, it's very special.
Heard about this White Lotus WhatsApp group?
Oh yeah.
Who's the most active in the crew?
Not me.
Not you.
Yeah.
Definitely not me.
Not me either, but
Natasha,
Jason.
Okay,
Yeah.
Jason.
Yeah.
Somebody who wants in on that group chat and team building? The local Thai wildlife. Were you interrupted by anything?
I'm used to them, you know. I live with them.
Elephants
roaring.
We're like, what's that?
Tree frogs.
And tree frogs, and then
cicadas.
Weird biblical things. Like, I've never had an elephant ruin a take.
Yeah, no.
I've never had cicadas
Thailand only.
Only in Thailand.
Or like, and the berries dropping out of the tree.